On today, we're going to first and foremost, we're going to start off with the CDC New Guidelines. No, it's not about the mask guidelines, but it is about public transportation. Of course, this was released about 20 days ago. So we're at the time of this recording, this was recorded a couple of days ago. But the the recommendation, CDC's recommendation, TSA would extend the security directive for mass use of public transportation and transport hubs for 1 month, which is through April 18th. During that time, CDC will work with government agencies to help inform a revised policy framework for when and under what circumstances masks should be required in public transportation corridor. The revised framework will be based on COVID-19 community levels, risk of new variants, national data, and latest science. So basically, in other words, from what I have been told, I've not really been told, but from what I have been, um, of course, the emails that I've gotten over the past couple days is that mask is no longer required. Well, it's now optional um, for public transportation. So I'm not 100% sure of that decision. The reason why I said that is because um, the reason why I don't like that decision is because, um, students that ride the bus, they have two to a seat, three to a seat. So just think of all of that, that COVID space, you know. Um, I'm sorry. Yeah, just think of that. If one person gets COVID on the bus, it's basically the whole everybody, right? So I highly recommend to have mask, um, mask to be required on school buses, on transportation. Um, Again, this is not because if a child gets COVID, that means the whole everybody. I mean, everybody would have to would have to you know will have will have to follow that. So I'm gonna get into this a little bit further here. So, in a lot of new guidance and keeping with the mask changes, so the following guidance is in effect. So, masks are recommended but not required for staff, for students and staff on buses related to athletic bands and co-curricular activities. Also, are recommended are not required, including on morning, afternoon bus runs on and on vendor transportation. So, so yes, we're in the right direction, but again, we're those of you, yeah, the. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at other things. So the policy is so it's not required, but it's recommended. Like I said before, I think it should be a requirement for buses for the students that ride the bus because you don't know if that person has COVID. I mean, you still have students out there that are um, that are um, you have some students that are out there that are not vaccinated. You have some students that are thinking about getting the vaccine. You have some students out there, you know, it's about the COVID cases. Those COVID cases can go up still if we don't put those masks on for buses. Now, for the classroom, yes. I mean, for the classroom, again, it's recommended but not required. But for the buses, I mean, you have elementary students sit 3 to a seat, middle school 2 to a seat. Say if they were high school, 2 to a seat. And if one person gets COVID, basically the whole bus will need to get infected when it gets sanitized, and then they will have to ride a different transportation home until it is safe and um, until it is clean and clear, um, so that um, student can ride the bus again. Like I said, we will have more details a little bit. We're going to dig a little bit deeper, probably in the next. Um, Hopefully, we'll provide more updates as the CDC continues to release uh, more um, more news release, new guidance or anything like that. So we will stay up to date with that.